So the Long-Term Care Ombudsman program advocates for excellence in long-term care services and supports, whether it's for people in the community or those living in long-term care facilities. Those may be residents of nursing homes, assisted livings, group homes, or those dually enrolled in Medicare and Medicaid. So our most frequent complaints have to do with quality of care and quality of life concerns. Things that range from not getting your medication on time or frequent enough, issues with personal hygiene, receiving showers or bed baths. Other concerns may be a little more drastic than that. We handle concerns with abuse and neglect, exploitation.
What it comes down to is just that the basics of just getting their care on time as well as being treated with respect. Dignity and respect is usually in the top 10 complaints and has been for a long time. It's mostly just being talked down to, maybe called inappropriate names, or just not taking the residents seriously and just being treated as the adults that the residents are, because they have lived full lives when they go into these facilities, and so then they're all of a sudden turned around and being treated like kids, if not worse.
We are sponsored by Easterseals, meaning that is where we keep our office space and perform our operations out of. In regards to the state office, they typically provide us guidance and direction on our day-to-day ombudsman activities, and that is where we perform our activity reporting and where we send our information to for systems advocacy. So we have currently 3 full-time case handlers and 2 part-time case handlers that handle concerns, anything to do with resident rights or beneficiary rights through MyCare Ohio. We have 2 intake specialists who do the intake for all of the concerns that consumers may have, and we currently have 17 volunteers.
My mother was in assisted living at the time and wasn't able to be visited, and I discovered a number of needs that she most likely had, but I couldn't visit her, so I wasn't 100% sure. And so that's where I discovered the Ombudsman program. And in talking to someone with the Ombudsman program who answered questions for me, I learned about the volunteerism program. And I thought, well, that sounds like it's pretty handy and necessary for people that are in long-term care. So it's just really beneficial. That's probably what keeps me coming back. I probably don't do it as many hours as I should. I need to make more time, just because why not? Why not?
I would say it's a culmination of a lot of different cases, working with clients and family members and legal representatives that really make it worthwhile to be an ombudsman. Whether it's helping someone get the number of showers that they prefer per week, or making sure that they actually have a warm, tasty meal, making sure that they get their call lights answered. On the flip side of that, it's quality of life issues, making sure that they are getting appropriate discharge planning, making sure that the 4th time that somebody misses their chemotherapy appointment, they don't miss it the 5th time. It's a culmination of all of these different experiences, working with residents across the Franklin County area and its surrounding counties that make it worthwhile to be an ombudsman and really make you feel like you've made a difference every day that you go home.
I experience that through our volunteers. So when our volunteers have that story, or they have that victory of when they're able to advocate for the resident, and so when I celebrate with them, that's usually when I experience that. Just my being a support for them, because the way I describe this job is that I'm trying to find these diamonds out in the world that are able to be advocates for these residents. And once I find them, they just need a little shining, and then I just let them go and shine. Simply put, the residents need a voice. Some have family members, and that is great. We can be that support for them, but there are some that have no family in the area or need that extra support. And to somebody outside, even their family, to let them know, like, hey, these are your rights. A lot of residents will either A, not recognize what they're going through as a rights violation, or not even realize that they have, these specific rights that they have when they enter into a long-term care facility. So that's where our program kind of comes in to provide that education as well as be that advocate if things are not going as they should.
I think helping others in any way, shape, or form, and the fact that I know it was something that was necessary, it was helpful for me when I had the circumstances where I was the family member of the person in the long-term care, When you think about, I'm sure many people are unaware that there is help out there. And just if all you did was give out brochures and told them what you do without getting involved in anything of their needs, wants, or concerns, that is one step forward.
The Ombudsman program is important because we uphold resident rights for Ohio long-term care consumers. As part of the Ohio Revised Code, there's a series of resident rights that people have in long-term care communities that cannot be overlooked, and it's important that we empower them to use those rights to not be passed over or forgotten about, and to make sure that someone is there, whether it's family, themselves, or the Ombudsman program, that can be present to advocate for them and make sure that their voice is heard. If you or a loved one have any concerns with your care, and you would like an Ombudsman to come and advocate for you, please give us a call at 614-345-9198 or email us at ombudsman@easterseals-cseohio.org.